Hello, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, good evening. Welcome to the S.S.Chandhok talk show. I'm your host and moderator, S.S.Chandhok. We had been discussing that when a child has to take admission in a school, and after getting admission, he feels proud about his school. When he is in his school, he is very proud of that. And when he grows up and his kids are there, and when he wants his kids to be admitted, he has two options. The first thing, sometimes some people say that my school was my pride, and right now it is also my pride. I will be admitting my child in the same school I have studied. But other way, sometimes the parents feel, no, my school was an old one with the old technology or the old thinking, or maybe due to the change of the board, ICSE to CBSE or anything, or it was only a boys' school, or it was only a girls' school. I want you to be admitted in a co-ed school. So different options or different perceptions are there among the in the society about the parents, and there are different views also of the parents for the school. They might get attracted while admission that Mishra ji sons go over there in that school, so that particular school has so big strength, might be a very good school, our child will go there only. So there are different perceptions: an old prestigious school or a new 21st century school, or there may be an old prestigious school who is following the 21st century norms also. Different types of schools are there, but how we can show that our school is the best one, whatever the society is wanting right now in this situation, that we'll be discussing in this session. Without wasting any time, I will just introduce you to the first eminent guest. And before introducing, I'll say a sorry to all the guests that because your CVs and your profiles are so long, you have done so great work in the education industry that at least the awards and the associations you're associated with the national and international level, I won't be able to introduce because it will take a day's time to introduce each one of you. Right. So first of all, we have Jyoti Dahiya ma'am. She started her career with Alwar Public School, Alwar, Rajasthan in 1996 as a PGT Biology, where she advanced to head to Department Biology. She later worked as PGT Biology at DAV Public School Sector 37 and subsequently got promoted to Senior Coordinator Science. And presently, she is working as Beneficent Principal of DAV Public School NH3 Faridabad since 2010. That's a good long time, ma'am. She possesses the excellent ability to motivate others, coupled with the ability to communicate comfortability at all levels. But its student or staff, therefore, ensuring excellent working environment for all members. She is educationally enlightened, technologically savvy, and open to pedagogical changes to create a positive and challenging learning environment. She has a dynamic and versatile personality and is a brilliant source of energy to the people around her. In her 30 plus years of experience in the field of education, ma'am has always demonstrated energy, creativity, and talented and her talent has an eye of for innovation in whatever she undertakes because of her extremely remarkable academic and professional qualifications. She has a Master's of Business Administration from Himalayan University, Bachelor's of Education from Annamalai University, Masters of Science Botany from University of Rajasthan, Bachelor's of Science Honors, University of Rajasthan. She has written several articles for widely read educational magazines like Teachers, brought out by Australian Council for Education Research. She also wrote an article on vocational education for P Square International School magazine and an article on she is the world on the occasion of Women's Day for Soulful, a magazine by EduDrone. We Connect. She leaves no stone unturned to venture into never and challenging pedagogic territories in a bid to nurture pupil with antipathies, social graces, moral values, and a deep love for our culture, ensuring holistic development and academic excellence. And n number of awards, ma'am, she has got much more than her age or career with the from the national and international level, as well as she is also associated with many associations on the national and international level. Jyoti ma'am, we welcome you, and we will just like to know in precise about your education journey because you are quite senior and you had a lot of experience of many schools. Please let us know in precise your experience.
Thank you so very much for having me here. I'm really, really humbled to be here. Um, Journey so far has been great because it's very difficult to go in details, but I would share one liner with you that I'm still a child at heart. I'm still a teenager at heart who's looking forward for an adventurous and eventful day every day from morning. When I enter school, I'm looking forward to see smiling faces of the students. Though it has become a treasure nowadays from past 1.5 years, we are looking forward to have our school gates open uh, in totality to welcome our students. But my journey started at a very early age when I was like 21. And it was a very conscious call because I realized that I enjoyed speaking to children. I enjoyed communicating. I enjoyed sharing my ideas and listening to what these students feel. So my journey started in the year 1990. And from then, I have never looked back. Teachers' Day has become a very, very special event because the students whom I taught 28 years ago, when they send me messages that, do you remember I used to be your favorite student when you used to take my Viva for the longest bus route? So it gives you that feeling that, oh my God, when your students remember you, when they value your contribution, and when they are free to share that, ma'am, we loved you for this thing or that thing you did to us. So I think the journey is going, and I personally, I don't know what future has in store for me, but I personally feel that till the time I'm able to do it, age is just a number. It is not 60 or 70, but I'll keep contributing, I'll keep interacting with the students, and I'll keep on sharing with whatever little I know with these students and try to learn from them. This
That's
is
great,
how
ma'am.
life is going on.
That's great, ma'am. And this aspect should be with everyone we have. And age is not a factor. We don't grow above 18 because when we are with the students, my first principal said me this, and remember this from last 25 years, that we do not grow above 18. We don't know the counting. We are, because when you will, of course, generation gap is like when you won't come to the, the level of the child, you won't be able to talk to him. My students, even when they meet me after so many years, they do it like this. And teachers also say, now teachers say that we respect our teachers till now, but these students don't respect. So we say them that you don't get respect, you earn respect. Children are very smart.
Yes.
Children are very smart. They know. We to had fear. I was in a missionary boys school, so our teacher should have was having a cane, so he should used to cane us on the back, and we were not telling at home. Also, we got a good time. We had a good time in the school today. Otherwise, there'll be another round of that. So that was a fear. Now the children, they understand that what the teacher is giving. So if you are giving, they'll respect you throughout your life. This is what is happening with me. I have also worked with TPS also, in Japuria also, in Singhania also, and this Seth Anandam Japuria also. Everywhere I've worked. Uh, I had been working everywhere. Last school was my Seth Anandam Japuria. I had my meetings with Mr. Shishir Japuria directly. So the thing is that student, wherever he has studied from you, we never knew. I was a PGT accounts. We never knew when I was in teaching that whose child it is. It is my, that child is my child. Every child is my child. This is what the teachers also have to learn from all of us, that we have to do it like this. Hats off to you, ma'am, and welcome, ma'am, Jyoti, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next,
Thank you so
next,
much.
next we have Mr. Vivek Gupta, sir. He is principal of Bal Bhavan Public School, GC Legan Marg, Mayur Vihar 2, Delhi. He is self-motivated and self-driven individual. He is a CBSE resource person and has worked on manuals published by CBSE. Sir has acclaimed the title of Microsoft Innovator Educator Expert, MIEE. He strives to explore more avenues that not only expands his room of experimentation, but also provide ample opportunities to one who is associated with him. Sir is an inspirer and a true mentor. He believes every day in the life is a new adventure. Enjoy it, live it, and write your own adventurous story. So, Vivid sir, it is for sure that your staff might be and your children might be enjoying with you. They might be enjoying with you. You have, happy learning. What we happy classrooms. We have sessions of in CBSE, happy classroom. So happy school should be the, that should be. So, sir, how do you do this? I mean, how do you behave in your school like this with the teachers and students?
So thank you, sir, for inviting me to this forum of luminaries. When we talk about the school, the education sector, I feel that it is my passion. And the moment I start thinking about the school, there's another level of energy that comes in me, and that is something that keeps the school going. And with my energy, what I feel when they see me working like them, like Jyoti ma'am also mentioned that, we are a child. We have that little child who wants to try everything, every new thing every day. And when we do it with our teachers, when we do it with our children, I think that is the most beautiful part of the school life, and that keeps us going forever. The physical lockdown of the school, I was really disappointed because, if you don't get to see the children every day, they are the source of energy to us. And I decided that I am not going to stop. So we started a host of activities, even during the virtual schooling. We started with the fitness classes for the children. We started with the virtual assemblies for the children, inter-house competitions, and I feel that I am more empowered now. So that energy, my students give me that energy. Their smiles give me that energy, that I have to go to school every day for them and ensure that, there is something that I can add to their life each day when they're coming to the school.
That's
Thank you.
great thinking. That's great thinking, sir, because you are eliminating the generation gap between you and the teachers and teachers and the students, and directly to the students also, because they should not be feared. They should have respect. The
Yes.
respect you're creating amongst them, that they have to understand that the teachers and the principal is friendly, but we do have to maintain the distance and the culture also. That's
Right.
great, sir.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
sir, and we are very happy you are over here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Vibha Khosla, ma'am. She is a prestigious educationist with a preeminent career of more than 23 years, being adept at educational planning, administration, and erotic approach to education. She has done her master's in English with a B.Ed. She has been a recipient of the Dr. Radha Krishnan Memorial Award twice, Savitri Phule Innovation Principal Award. Having adopted knowledge and experience of dealing with children, she fosters sequential skills to help groom young kids into leadership of tomorrow through the use of unconventional teaching strategies integrated with a holistic approach aimed to encompass all areas for healthy intellectual development. She has a knack for planning, development, and execution of pioneering activities, both academic and extracurricular, that are designed to further enhance the comprehensive development of children. Her specialization also includes training of teachers, coordinators, and school heads so as to help spread the academic dynamism and ingrain the passion for innovative teaching in them. She is a certified CBSE master trainer imparting trainings. Her outstanding experience and powers in dealing with children, parents, and her staff with ease has made a dent into the education industry by activity introducing complementary ways of teaching, learning, management, and student development. Her belief in the happiness curriculum enhances the positive work environment. Vibha ma'am, we welcome you, and we
Thank
are
you so
also
much.
we welcome you, and we are very grateful you are over here. Please share your experience in the education field, please.
Thank you so much for such a warm welcome and a very good evening. My experience in the education industry now goes for more than 2 decades. But as Jyoti ma'am quoted, the driving force, the fuel has always been the children. And I don't know, there is a connect which is there, there's an energy which is there that we get once we are there in the school, or whenever we are occupied with work. So I would just say that I am a learner and I'm still learning and going ahead with my journey.
That's great, ma'am. That's great, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. And Vibha Khosla, ma'am, is of course the principal of Shri Ram Global School, ma'am, and she's doing a wonderful job over there. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you
Next,
so
we have
much.
Sangeeta Dhamija, ma'am. She is principal of Millennium World School, Faridabad. She is a dedicated educationist. Children are the prime focus of all her efforts in work. She sincerely believes that real education lies way beyond books. She have done her schooling and higher studies in New Delhi. She's a postgraduate in economics and a certified diploma holder for computer application from NIT. She has devoted almost 26 years to the field of education. During this time, she worked and gained rich experience in institutions like New Greenfield School, Saket, Heritage School, Vasant Kunj, and the Millennium School, Noida. She has contributed a lot in achieving the reputed ISA award by the British Council from her school. Recently, she has authored a series of social science books of class 5 to 8 from Meghalaya board, which are currently in use by the board. That's great, ma'am. She has received the award of Best Facilitator Board and Heritage School and the Millennium School. During her student days, she was an avid orator and an athlete. She had won many prizes in debates, dramatics, and sports. Ma'am, all about this, so we will like to hear from you yourself. Sangeeta, ma'am, you're an all-rounder. You had been in sports also, and you had been in orator also. You are writing books also. You are handling school also, and you have went to the other boards also to write books for them. Please let us know about this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chandhok, for a warm welcome and good evening to all the panelists. It is indeed a very special occasion that I am amongst all the leaders. I think it's a very small journey when it comes to being with children, because as everybody has expressed, we learn every day. And as somebody rightly said, if we were asked the question 5 years before, what would you be doing in 2021? Probably none of us got it right. So I think we should take things as they come by. Every day is a new day. It's a new journey. And we are always young when we are with children. So we never thought that we would be technologically so advanced in the last 18 months that we have seen. I think principals are, who have really learned a lot, because we have to ensure that the best has to be given back to the society, and not to, forget that we are catering to the future citizens of the country. So I think we are learning each day. And as I said, very clearly in my profile, that life and reading or studying is way beyond books. So I think whatever we can give to the children in whatever way we have learned, I think that is our motive.
That's great, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. That's great.
Thank you.
Next, we have Beena Mishra, ma'am. She is an accomplished professional for more than 2 decades in teaching and administration. She has an expertise in administration of school activities along with curriculum development, financial administration, strategic planning, and collaborating with other professionals to provide highest level of education to each student. Passionate about learning new things and motivating a team to attain the incomparable and outstanding potential. Working as a principal in National Victor Public School, Patparganj, and worked as vice principal in Amity International School and in Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. About education, leadership and school management from University College of London, MSc in Zoology from Agra University, Bachelor's of Science. She has done B.Ed from Agra University, DCA from IIM Calcutta, Microsoft course teaching with technology basis. And as a professional membership, she's a resource person for CBSE, written 2 manuals for CBSE, district coordinator of Noida from Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, member of UNEP, that is United Nations Environmental Program, working as a resource person for capacity building program class 10 science by CBSE. So ma'am, from this talk, we have to come to know you are basically from Agra. So all of us are very fond that we should go to Agra and see Taj Mahal. So when are you visiting your parents, so that we may know the month and date, so that we may come over there and visit you along with there. So Agra will be more comfortable, and Agra will be more comfortable and you will be there, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Basically, I'm not from Agra. I born and brought up in Aligarh, and my bachelor's was done from the college which was associated with Agra University, but my master's was done from AMU, Aligarh Muslim University.
So that's my wrong hit.
No, you're not at all. That Agra is very nearby to, but yes, my grandmother or grandma and granny was there in Agra, so I have spent my childhood there. So still that place is there from my maternal side, so you're always welcome. Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful introduction what you have given.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I have shortened down your introduction also, because it is also so long, because everybody almost has 20 plus experience, and in 20 years experience, the schools we have changed, and the experiences on the different stages. Somebody that they was asking that what have these principals done or to whom you are calling on media, he wrote that. So I didn't answer that. Okay, how stupid that was. You should understand what the administrators are doing. First, they have to prove they don't have only one exam. First, they have to prove themselves as a very good teacher. Then they have to come into administration. There they have to struggle. And after struggling, they had a pandemic for 1.5 years. And you are asking what have they done for the society? We are creating the frontline warriors. We are creating the, the doctors and everyone we are creating. And you are asking what we are doing. It's not about only the salary. It's not about only the working. What outward we are coming. If we come up to the working only, so the society will not be like what is right now. We are going and we are doing out of the way. We feel that every child is our child, and we have to bring up moral values before anything he becomes. This is the most important we are doing, and that is why that person is also surviving from here. So there's no need to discuss, and you have to show that what we are doing. It is being understood that what we are doing. It's not to be shown. It is to be seen and understood.
Sir, I
Right.
will add one more point. What are we doing? We are okay making the children for future generation, but we are producing the future principals also. Good
Also,
principals. Yes,
yes,
that
for
training
sure.
also we are giving, which is very
That's sure.
important.
That's
Yes.
sure. Even that's there. When also I have experience of 25 years now, so around 4 to 5 of my also teachers they have
Yes.
become principals.
Yes.
So I feel you feel very good of that. It's not that somebody said, "Arey, wo to aapka teacher tha, he become the principal." I feel I'm good. I'm feeling very good.
Yes.
She was coordinator under me. She has become principal. That means she has learned something. That is why she was able to give it over there. She learned. So that is good about everyone. Whatever we are sharing in the society, we don't have to prove that, ma'am, for sure. Thank you so much, ma'am, for adding in. Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Mayank Jain. He obtained a degree of BTech from one of the most prestigious colleges in India, DCE. While in college, he founded a platform called Easy Schooling that would go on to become the largest admission platform in Delhi NCR. He has helped 10,000 plus parents in their admissions journey through his Zoom sessions. He also visited 1,000 of schools across India and consulted and guided them on how to boost admissions. He knows the ins and outs of this field like no one else. Let me tell you about Mr. Mayank Jain also, because when we are talking about in a talk show, so a lot of things are going online. So when I met with him, so I came to know that there are certain platforms, so things are changing. Like when we used to, get our, that train book. So the people you should go. We were sending our servants to stand in the line in the queue and get the ticket done. Other after that, agents came in between. Now you can do it from mobile. So online things like our kids also here in the at home also, and we get all the things from online because you are able to compare and you are able to So things whatever are changes because we are in the field from 20 plus years. So whatever the new generation is coming in, they are bringing in the different and advanced things. So we do call sometimes people from the industry where they tell us what actually they are doing in this. If we are talking about schools and all, we have called Mr. Mayank Jain that there are certain platforms where the schools can showcase their, about themselves and how they are the link between the, the parents as well as the schools also. Sir, Mayank Jain, sir, please tell us what is this easy schooling about?
Thanks a lot, Sarabpreet ji, for inviting me to this session. First of all, happy belated Teachers Day to all of you. I am forever indebted to all of you because whatever I am right now is because of all of you, and especially special mention to GC Lagan sir. So my father was the student of his first batch in 1983. So he was like GC Lagan ji was teaching in Gandhi Nagar, Lakshmi Nagar में वहाँ पे एक घर होता था. तो my father on Teachers Day was telling me कि वो मुझे वहाँ पे पढ़ाते थे जब when I told him कि I am being invited to this panel and Vivid ji is coming. So he told me कि GC Lagan ji हमें पढ़ाते थे और मैं first batch का था, and I am like my father is running a very successful business and he told me I am what because of him only. So that's something that's a special mention. So what
thank you, Mayank. I'll interrupt her for a second. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I think Lagan sir was a true inspiration, and even today he's inspiring all of us. And the way the school is progressing today, it's because of his vision. So the way he has ensured that all Bal Bhavanites are carrying out the values in the right spirit, it was his vision. He wanted goodness before greatness to prevail. So really we bow down to him and look forward for his blessings always. Thank you so much, Mayank, for sharing that.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. So I am quite grateful to Balbhavan Public School for that, because my father is an idol for me, and he's supporting me in this journey like nobody else. So that's really a blessing for me. So what we are doing is like there's a pain point in this industry. Like पेरेंट्स आर लाइक, जैसे सर ने बताया शर्मा जी के लड़के ने उस स्कूल में एडमिशन लिया है तो हम भी उस स्कूल में एडमिशन लेंगे. तो पेरेंट्स आर ऑलवेज ड्रिवन टुवर्ड्स दैट. देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन, मिसलीडिंग गाइड things that people are doing, and एडवर्टीजमेंट हर स्कूल कर रहा है, पेरेंट्स इधर उधर भाग रहे हैं, कंसल्टेंट्स हैं वो लीड जनरेट कर रहे हैं, वो फोर्स कर रहे हैं एडमिशन लेने के लिए, उस स्कूल में लो, उस स्कूल में लो. सो ऑल दैट स्टफ वाज हैपनिंग व्हेन आई वाज इन कॉलेज. So I decided to launch this platform of easy schooling, where a parent can come, choose the right school with us, and apply to multiple schools by filling out a single application form. So this is what we are doing. So मैं virtual, मतलब just on a passion front, I am doing a lot of virtual sessions with a lot of parents in Delhi NCR and guiding them in choosing the right parameter. कि 10 parameters कौन से होते हैं जो हमें decide करने चाहिए school choose करने में. So this is what I am doing at this point of time. So this is a platform where a parent can come and apply to multiple schools for his child through a single application form.
That's great. That's great. We'll talk about this also, because there are many things in the industry when we talk about. So what actually it is helpful or not, we'll talk to you later in this session also. So coming up to the first round, let's have a questioning round. Jyoti Daya ma'am, the first question will be for you. So,
All right.
so when we are talking about my school, my pride, so what are the expectations of a child so that the child should say that my school is my proud?
In today's scenario, it has become a very, very important part, that how to decide that my school, my pride. I would like to make a comparison over here. When we were student, more than anything else, it was the teachers who mattered the most. It was one round of principal after so many days. The principal came on the round. You got the opportunity to greet the principal, and the principal asked you, how are you doing? So that personal touch and how the teachers taught used to be the prime criteria for deciding a school and then getting that feel that my school, my pride. With easy money coming in, I should not be saying, but I wish to say that, with education explosion happening in urban areas, metro cities, that people are educated, the second or the third generation of families are educated, the criterias have expanded little more. Now, from today's child, from the perspective of today's child, if a child is being brought to the school to get admission in kindergarten, there, how the entry is happening, how much bright, colorful, vibrant that school is, how's the school counselor welcoming you? Is she speaking only in Hindi or in English, or she is able to communicate with you in your own mother tongue? What kind of toys are there? What kind of entertaining places, recreational places are there for that kid? I'm talking about the age group of 3.5 to 6. The teachers, very alert, ever smiling. They are able to touch the heart of that child, because this is the age group where the teacher is God. The child will not trust the parents at home, but the child is going to say, my ma'am told me. So it has to happen like this only. So for a small child, these are the areas that become the prime focus to enter. Most of the parents in today's time want their child to make an entry into the school at the early age, so that they are sorted for next 14 years. They need not to run around for the different schools. So for any school and for any child to have brighter memories, the stepping stone should be seen from this angle. Then moving on, education today also remains the prime focus. But when we were students, it used to be chalk and talk. But now, with the availability of technology, with the availability of so many resources, teaching aids, the style of teaching has changed. So again, I would re-emphasize that it is the teachers, how personal attention they give you, how important they make you feel. And along with this, even if you're having a decent infrastructure, the child will always remember, and the child will always be feeling that my school, my pride, because that to be successful in your own dream areas, you don't need a fancy building, you don't need a 5-star building, you don't need an air conditioned school, but what you need is a person who is giving you a firm footing onto the educational platform. So I personally feel whatever kind of technologies might come and go, but the teacher remains the prime reason for any student to make himself or herself reaffirmed that because these are the teachers in the school, I would love to be a part of that, and then this is my school.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. When and everybody is agreeing with you that this is the main point, that for the small kids, even the teachers are more important than the parents. And the way with the very same thing they cater this for their whole life for 14, 15 years. That this school,
Yes.
my school is my pride, and my teachers are the best.
Yes, I would like to quote just one liner over here to reaffirm you. I'll be talking about my own family, my husband. My husband is a product of APJ. My eldest son is a product of APJ. My younger son is a product of APJ. My sister-in-law is a product of APJ. My you can understand that what my school, my pride means is a clear example. My eldest son got admission into DPS, but my husband was very clear. You went there, Jyoti, you got him admitted over there, but I know where my son has to go. And Almighty has been so kind that both the boys are grown up, they're working and leading a good life. So I also feel that yes, when you think from here, my school, my pride, you know where you're heading to.
That's great, man. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great. That's great. And a very good experience you have of that. Vivid sir, please, you like to add something into.
Yes, thank you, Sarabjit sir. So I would just want to quote one, Dalai Lama's quote. He once mentioned, and he said that when educating the minds of the youth, it is very important that we must not forget to educate their hearts. And that is what is true education. And if a school firmly believes in it, I'm sure that we will be able to create a happy environment for the children. So since you mentioned in my introduction about the happy schooling and happy classroom, I very firmly believe that, if we do not have a happy school, we will not be able to make the children feel proud of their belongingness to their identity, to where they belong. So that's the most important and crucial point. And how do we develop that happy environment into our school? For that, there are certain factors that we need to address. Number one is we need to have an environment which is absolutely free of fear, free from judgment, not only for students, but also for teachers and parents. So if anybody feels that I am being judged, I am being evaluated, and anybody is making an opinion about what I'm speaking, what I am doing, that environment will always be something where nobody would want to remain for long. So that is something which is very, very important and crucial. And as school leaders, we must ensure that we are providing this environment where anybody and everybody can try, experiment, and explore without without having the fear of being judged. That's the most important thing. Apart from that, I personally feel that, like Jyoti ma'am said, I'm sure that if ma'am's husband is a alumni of APJ school, and then now the sons are also from APJ school. So there are factors behind it. And the most important factor ma'am also mentioned is the teaching faculty. So how trained my teaching faculty is, how experienced they are, how compassionate they are. These are very, very crucial points because they are the frontliners. How good I am will be visible to my students, my parents, only after they have seen the teacher. So the teacher is the first prime focus for any parent, for any student, and they're the first point of contact with them. So that is something which is very, very important that we have to keep in mind.
I
Good
agree, sir.
infrastructure. Good infrastructure of an institution is something which is of great value and great importance today. Without good playground, without a good reading space, a library, without self-sufficient laboratories, and without a space where the children can experiment and explore, I don't think anybody would want to go to such schools. So we need to cater to all these needs of the 21st century learners. And we must ensure that today, what national education policy is focusing on is about 21st century skills. And if we are able to progress with the time and change our pedagogy as per the current need that the children require, definitely the children will take pride in each of the school's endeavor, and they will always promote the institution to the best of their spirit. Every child loves their school. Every child loves their teacher. This is for sure. The only thing is that they need a solid reason to carry it further and announce it to people in public. So that is the most important thing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely right, sir. Absolutely right. And here, what I feel, or everybody might be will agree with me, that dedication and sincerity of the teacher is needed. Even the teacher is knowing less. If the dedication, sincerity is there, the teacher will learn also and get through also. Your children love, yeah, that means the teacher, they love their teachers after 20 years or after 30 years also, just because of the dedication and sincerity they have shown it to the students. That is for sure. So thank you so much, sir, for the insightness. Next, we have Vibha Khosla, ma'am. Ma'am, we have heard or we know that there are certain schools where the teachers don't leave. They go after the retirement only because of the satisfaction level. So what are the qualities which a school administration should possess so that the staff also should feel my school, my pride? Because the staff is the pillar. If staff is very good, dedicated, when they have, in commerce, we say that if there is job stability, so they feel that we have to stay over there and we have to give the best. And when they are giving the best, you will be the winner. The principal or the administration will be the winner. So what are the qualities they might be asking, or what the school administration should have?
A very valid question. And, a very nice tone and base has been set for this prior, because Jyoti ma'am and Vivid Gupta ji, they said that there is so much that a child is looking forward to. So when there are people who are looking forward to us, and it's not just one or two, but we are catering to so many of them, then I think as an administrator, as a leader, we have a lot of responsibility. And if we need to be the role models, first thing is that we need to walk the talk. We should not just be expecting, from others and not doing the same. So the qualities that I feel that, the administrator should have is, the first thing I would say that the person should be a visionary, because unless the person has a vision, then, there's going to be no growth. And along being a visionary, there has to also have been, there should also be an approach which is a learner's approach. So everybody in the community has to be a learner, and this has to start with the administrator. Then to add on, honesty, punctuality, being assertive. Then I would say, a positive outlook. Because when we are sitting on that seat, there's so many times that there's so many problems which are coming. But never look at the problem as a problem, but look at whatever comes to you as a challenge. Because, it's so commonly said that impossible also says that I'm possible. So we have to see that how challenges are to be taken. Then another thing is, positivity and happiness. Very rightly said by Jyoti ma'am and Vividji that, not to be judgmental. So in our institution, we say make mistakes. I don't tell my teacher that don't make mistakes. I said make mistake. But your biggest mistake would be when you are not going to learn from that mistake. Anytime you make a mistake, give them that opportunity to make mistakes. Being patient is another quality that we need to have to control our anger, to control our emotions, to have a lending ear, to listen to people. to have the empathy, to be focused, that's very important. Then also reliability, having persistence, then being productive. Sometimes we say that we are very busy, but what are we doing? Are we going towards doing something which is productive, or we just showing ourselves to be very busy all the time? So be productive. Also, another quality which is important is that we should respond instead of reacting. So these are a few qualities, and I think I can go on and speak. There has to be firmness, there has to be discipline, there has to be punctuality. If the leader is standing there, right there to welcome the teachers, then the teachers would, want to come 2 minutes or 5 minutes prior, before she comes. So ultimately, whatever you are looking forward to, you're setting that tone. So all these qualities, we need to imbibe those qualities. I'm not saying that every person may have these qualities, but when we go through this journey, so I think we keep embracing these qualities and going ahead and, walking the talk. So that's what I would like to just say. Thank you.
Great, ma'am. That's great, ma'am. And when you said this, one thing came into my mind. Okay, I had seen one or two principals. They during the morning time before the assembly, they stand at the gate and they welcome the student.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's very important.
yeah, very good, great. So that's a very good thing. I mean, I don't do this, but I'll start now. I'll stand on the
I've been
gate and
doing
welcome.
this.
Hello, you. How are you? Whatever the name of the child is. Hello, how are you, beta? How are you? The belongingness will be felt by the teachers also, as well as the students also. They'll become, both of them will become disciplined. The teachers as well as the students, both of them will be disciplined, and they will feel the belongingness also. So other way of, that is, instead of scolding them all, doing this thing will be much better. And you cannot
So
reform
you'll feel
even a small
glad.
child.
So I'll
Ji.
add on here. What happened once, I had a parent, and the parent said that we want admission in the school, and they were very clear that they want the admission. They just wanted to come and meet me. And when they said, when we asked what's the reason, they said because we have a liking for what you do in the school. And I was like, the parent doesn't know me. I don't know the parent. He said, I have heard that when the dispersal is happening, at that point of time, and when the buses are about to go, you are always there and you are checking everything. So this is a rare quality. So I'm not just speaking about myself. I think all of us are doing these things, and that's
Absolutely.
how it's possible to go ahead and lead an organization. So you have to be a co-worker. There is no boss. There is no boss. We are
Yes,
just
ma'am.
working, and the only thing that we see is children, and children.
That's great. That's great, ma'am. That's great. Sangeeta, ma'am. So we will also know your views about that. What the qualities a school administration should have. So the staff should also feel that my school is
Yeah.
my pride.
Thank you so much. I believe that every person in the school is a leader, starting from the gate. So why only the teachers? Every person, every single person who's inside the school premises is a leader, is an administrator. And in my school, we do not call the principal a principal. A principal is a CLO, which is a chief learning officer. So we have a collaborative space where everybody is a leader. We empower each other, we learn from each other, and we all have one vision and mission to follow that we are working for. So one which I feel that anybody in this school feels that this is my school, my pride. We can achieve that once we ensure, as I said, vision and mission is achieved. Secondly, we follow the processes. So if the processes are clear to everybody in the school organization, so if everybody has a collaborative workspace, I'm sure the school is going to achieve, and we are going to feel proud of the place where we are working. There should be a very, a system of decentralized decision making. Decision making should not, should be in the hands of the principal, of the chief learning officer. Anybody who is supposed to take a decision, suppose a class teacher is supposed to take a decision at that hour, she is not going to consult the principal. Or the driver in the bus is supposed to take a particular route or change the route because there is traffic on another route, so he is the decision maker. So if he feels that his school is his pride, so he is a decision maker. And I feel there should be effective communication with the parents, amongst the staff, which give a smooth flow to the organization in whatever we are doing. While we are doing all these things, there should be some me time for the teachers, for bonding, for knowing, getting to know each other while we are working. And there is some kind of compassion that we can share. When we talk of compassion with children, there has to be a mutual compassion between the colleagues as well. So when you share that me space or me time with each other as colleagues, or when we go out on Teachers' Day, or we take them out for, just, out of the school discussions, or we are into the workshop.
Yes, ma'am.
We are doing
We
a
have
lot
staff
of
clubs also,
clubs,
where
staff clubs.
once in a month or twice, after 2 months, once we can go for outing and all.
Absolutely. Going for staff picnics, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, or some evenings with the spouses, So all these things are very important for mental well-being of the teachers, which I think as head of the institutions, we need to take care of all these things.
Absolutely.
So all these things, I believe, will create a culture of passion and commitment, and hence my school, my pride, will be there for each and every member, whether it is a teacher or a driver or the principal or the students or the parents as well.
That's great, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
And the politeness is the best thing. If we are talking from our teachers to parents to students to even the guard, even for class employees, we are talking softly. So they will always feel
Absolutely.
pride. And we also see that the teachers are getting, offer somewhere with a, you said 10 or 20 or 25% hike with the salaries, but they are not going. They say we are very satisfied with the administration and principal and the administration and all with the management, so we won't want to go. So that type
we
of
all believe, job security and happiness is more important than financial aspects.
fine. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Many times, ma'am, twice, so within these 2 years, it has happened with me that I've left to 3-4 places. I mean, didn't join. They were giving double salaries, but I didn't went. Just because mental satisfaction, when you are talking with the management and when you come to know in the first instance only what type of management it is. So that is more important. Mental satisfaction is more important than the finance. Thank you so much, ma'am. Then we'll come to Veena Mishra, ma'am. Ma'am, every school tries to show, because private schools, we are all private schools, we try to show that we are the best. So how can a school showcase to society that we are the best?
See, as very rightly Jyoti ma'am said, Vibha ma'am and Sangeeta ma'am has told that the strength of the school is the teachers, definitely, how good faculties you have, and your alumni. As Jyoti ma'am has said that APJs and more are there. So same is there in my family, that dipsies, and how I have seen that, how they fill in the child that you are dipsy and you are the best. And they whole life, still I see my son, he is with this way, I am dipsy and I am the best. And if you have filled in the child that you are the best, then I have seen that he is with the many students and his group, they're doing wonderful and they're showing that they're the best. So first of all, एक बड़ी अच्छी line है कि दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करो. If you have learned that, you will conquer the world. So that's the thing, and I'll just share one incident with you, what you all were sharing that. Very rightly you said in the morning I stand near the gate. Though my management is against that, no principal never looks nice standing near the gate, but I said yes, I want to welcome. But my intention is that those who are late, just a line on the forehead is enough. You need not to open your mouth. And then good morning, ma'am. The small is but they come, no. Then the smile on your face is that I remember that one child, he said that he was the entire day he was in another world, a KG child. When teacher came, asked to ma'am, he's totally different. What happened that I called him and then he shared, "I the man ki sari na mujhe chhu ke gayi thi." So for the child, that pallu of the sari is so important, and that also the principle. So वो तो उस दिन he was on another world. The teacher was nothing in front of the bacha. So the strength of any school, the strength of the school is the teacher. And moreover, what I feel, since I am heading a very old school, the alumni. Yes, looking at the today's scenario, what he has told just now, and Mayank, that sir has done a wonderful job. So now the Bal Bhavan has already gone one step above that. So, but yes, very rightly, what Jyoti ma'am has told, that looking at the today's, I'll just quote an aristocratic parents. They need all those things. So entering into the school, and believe me, when you will enter my school, you will find a 5-star reception, and then enter the school, the typical school, which where that it should be. So with children walking in the line and all those, a big, huge playground, stadium, all those things are there. So if you see the showcasing the school, uh, first I'll say that it is today's need also. If you have not showcased, then somewhere, whatever you feel that your teachers are doing, your students are doing, will sustain. But yes, so there are a lot of ways to showcase that achievements. The first is the website. The moment you open the website, what are you were telling yesterday, I was just going through how, what next, what new should be done in the website. Then your social media, what nowadays we are having, and people like Mayank are helping us a lot too. And one day I was just there, and one person has come. I didn't remember which print media are they on, and they have come with the proposal that we are having this curriculum. So I was very inquisitive to see that what new is there in their books and all those. So rather than discussing the books, what they have discussed, that we will give you, ma'am, along with this curriculum, we will give you the ERP, we will give you the website, we will give you the admission counseling. And one more very thing which they have offered me has got my antenna up, was that how to recover the fee. That facility also we will provide. Oh my God, then I was very much busy in reading, flipping the book, and the moment he has told that fee, my antennas had gone up. I said, beta, okay, let me see what all. And then they have told we will give a tab and all those things. And the curriculum, what they were giving was very, very, very nominal. When they have told me cost, that has made me, yes, let me see what is new in that. But when they have come to also, these are the services which are getting provided in the market. So in such a demanding market, so how to showcase, what I feel is that your achievement of your teachers and your students is the best showcase. Once when you what we were talking about, the happiness and satisfaction, when your children achieve and they are there on one platform, that happiness, that satisfaction, that is the best showcase. I'll just share with you, in this 26th January, the NSG contingent was led by my student, and ACP of our area is also my student. So what this my is coming, no, we will not get. So that is, and when these two students, the Major Akhil and then ASP sir, he has entered, they had taken out the cap and then blessed, they have touched my feet. I said, no, bache, this uniform is not to bend. He said, no, these are the feet where this uniform also need to be bent. So this is the thing. What I feel is that our students are the window of showcase. So that's what I believe. I work with my bachas, I work with my teachers, and let them explore. They are your ambassadors. They will take you.
That's great, ma'am. That's great, ma'am. That's great. And we are really delighted whatever you told to us. That's great, ma'am. Coming up to Mr. Mayank Jain, now because we have surrounded you from all the sides, and because many things are coming in the industry, and you also told me that many good branded schools are also affiliated with you, because it's not only about getting the admissions, it is just because you have to sustain your, that that sort of maintain your dignity and everything over there in the market. You need to know, everybody should know that you are there, even if you are not needing admission. Please tell us something about this.
Sure, sure. So thanks a lot, Veena ma'am. So your school is near to my office, and I keep on getting hundreds of parents calls कि national victor में sir admission करा दो.
Right.
Admission ऐसे नहीं होता. So you have to
Yes.
get it done through
Yeah.
online only. So I really appreciate. And Shriram Global School is something that I would say is like one of the most famous school of Delhi, and who can not name it when we are naming famous school. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि डीएवी ये सारे स्कूल बहुत अच्छे स्कूल हैं. कोई भी स्कूल बेस्ट स्कूल नहीं होता.
Yes.
हर स्कूल अपने बच्चों को या अपने स्टूडेंट्स को बेस्ट एनवायरनमेंट देना चाहता है, जो हमने आप सबकी बातों से सुना कि आप सब अपने बच्चों को अपने बच्चों की तरह कंसिडर करके एंड उन्हें ग्रो करना चाहते हैं. सो देयर इज नो कॉन्सेप्ट लाइक बेस्ट स्कूल. एवरी स्कूल इज अ राइट स्कूल फॉर अ चाइल्ड if parents expectations are met. So that is the gap, or that is the thing that we have to cover up. Now at easy schooling, like lakhs of parents are visiting us monthly, so we don't showcase ki this is the best school, this is the best school. We showcase in the USPs of the schools. As well as I feel किसी school को marketing करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Word of mouth is the best source to get the publicity of your school done. If the happiness rate, or if the parents of your school are happy, then I think nothing like that. Like we don't need to even put a banner outside the school ki admissions open hai. There will be queues that will be lined up outside your school ki like जैसे नेशनल विक्टर, बाल भवन, श्रीराम ग्लोबल, डीएवी, मिलेनियम, इन सारे स्कूल्स में होता है. So this is something that we feel. So easy schooling is just a platform that is enabling parents to know about the USPs of different schools, helping them to apply to schools conveniently. So 15 दिन 20 दिन लगते हैं पेरेंट्स को. दिल्ली में आपको पता ही है कितना हैवी होता है ये प्रेशर. So 15-20 दिन लगते हैं एक पेरेंट को 15-20 स्कूल्स में अप्लाई करने के लिए. देन एनसीआर के अंदर क्या होता है, बहुत सारे स्कूल्स ओपन अप हो गए हैं. सो पेरेंट्स आर जस्ट कंफ्यूज. सो आज ही 7 o'clock मेरा एक सेशन है जिसके अंदर पेरेंट्स आते हैं हर सैटरडे 7 PM. सो एनसीआर के पेरेंट्स आजकल काफी कंफ्यूज है बिकॉज 2022-23 के एडमिशंस ओपन अप हो गए हैं. सो दे आर नाउ इन अ फोमो कि मेरा स्कूल मिस हो गया, कौन से स्कूल में लूं, एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग. सो आई गाइड देम कि अगर आपका हेरिटेज मिस हो गया, डीपीएस मिस हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. देयर आर मेनी स्कूल्स दैट यू कैन कंसीडर, एंड देयर आर 10 पैरामीटर्स फॉर अ पेरेंट टू चूज अ स्कूल. So we have to look at alumni, we have to look at leadership, student-teacher ratio, safety of the child, how the school is making the safety, infrastructure, academics, co-curricular, location, fee budget. All these things needs to be considered while you get your child into the right school, so that next 14 years आपके बच्चे की life बदल दे, and your child will be a different personality after he or she passes out from the school.
That's great. That's great. So you are giving a different platform for the schools, so that the schools, you're giving maximum help to the parents actually.
Absolutely.
You are showcasing the USP of the school, that whatever the needs are according to the fee budget also. So that is you're bridging the gap between the schools and between the parents also, and that is a great help. And you
And
also
we don't charge schools anything. So हम ऐसी कंपनी नहीं है जो स्कूल से चार्ज करती हैं, because we want to help this society. So we don't charge schools anything. We just are a platform that is enabling this gap.
Yes, I do agree with Mayank. You are doing for me, and I'm not aware.
So अभी मैम आपका स्कूल हमारे साथ नहीं है.
That's what I'm telling you. The parents are talking to you about my school, and I'm not aware.
In every session, some parents come and they ask about your school.
They ask about many schools, your school also, ma'am. They might be asking about the other schools also, and they are misguided also. Some people, then localized people, they have opened their offices and all, because that was the reason I called him. That was the reason I invited Mr. Mayank Jain, because lot of things are happening. We are talking about the industry. We are talking about any topic. Like my another session is going for reading, so there whatever is available for reading. And here when we are talking about schools, so I met with him. I had a long word with him that there are many things. The people who have opened up, shops over there, दुकानें खोल रखी हैं, and they are misguiding from whichever school, small schools. They are showing many things. They are not giving anything. They are misguiding. They are getting heavy commissions from them. Whatever it is are happening. What are you doing? So when he satisfied me 100%, and he told me about all these things, when I got satisfied, I cross-checked also. So when I was satisfied, I invited him personally. I'm telling in front of him only that I invited him, that we are going to have sessions, and probably we will also like to know that what is happening in outside the market, because you are a bridge between the the parents as well as the schools also. So I felt personally that he's doing a wonderful job. And Mayank, I also congratulate you because you are having your father business, but because out of your interest you came into this business, this thing, and you are helping the schools. As the most important thing is the kids, the parents. That is the most important thing. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks.
Then next, the last round will come up to Jyoti Daya ma'am. Jyoti ma'am. Do you agree that the reputation of a school largely depends upon the satisfaction level of staff? The more the staff is satisfied, the more is the reputation of the schools. Because from this till now, we have understood and we know it already. If the staff is good, everything is good. Please, ma'am.
Absolutely right. I think the school from plinth to the top floor, it is the teachers. Word of mouth teachers. What kind of solar school has teachers? What kind of work culture is there in school? Teachers. So it's, yes, definitely satisfaction of teachers is foremost important factor for any school to be identified as the most dependable school. Now, I would like to quote certain examples over here. As you also stated before, that nowadays what has happened, started happening in private schools, that again, body shopping kind of thing is happening. Teachers are being, a successful teacher in X school is being offered a certain better amounts that you come and join us. Now, the reasons for which a teacher starts thinking to decide that, okay, now there's a time for me to make a switch over, just like any other corporate sector. Those key factors needs to be ensured by the first school where he or she is working. First is, irrespective of the salary structure, I personally feel whatever best can be offered to the teachers should be. Because in India, unfortunately, teachers are not that handsomely paid. The student taught by the teacher is handsomely paid, but themselves are not paid that great way. So we need to ensure that we justify the payment. And it should not look like a payment or a salary. It has to be a gratitude amount, because they are the ones who are doing all the miracle around the school. Because I call them as magicians. When a teacher is entering the classroom, if the teacher is satisfied, the teacher is going to be energetic. The teacher is going to be ready with the topic that he or she is planning to teach in the class, in the kind of learning environment a teacher is wanting to create. So the walk will tell that how energetic a teacher is. The way greetings are taken, good morning, good afternoon, whatever, that will indicate that I have come well prepared. And the students would also be eagerly waiting. You must have observed one thing, that if X teacher, who's very popular amongst these students, is absent for some reason, on a leave for one day, the students are like, oh my God, yeah, why sir is not there? And on the other side, if some Y teacher, he or she takes leave, they say, wow, thank God, we have one free period. So this kind of thought process, which a student get, in order to avoid this, it is very important that we value our team members. We help them in upgrading themselves for their subject knowledge, for their post-scholastic knowledge, and we ensure that they are made to feel very important, that they are the ones. Any kind of solution they bring to a problem, it should be a welcome idea. Because a teacher in today's scenario is not a teacher only. The teacher is acting as a counselor, because at times notebooks are not being completed. The child is absent for no reason. Parent is calling that, ma'am, he doesn't listen to us. You speak to him. So the teacher is becoming more than a parent to a child. So just because of the teacher, say, thank you, ma'am, because of you, my child did this. Because of you, my child did that. So it is very, very important that the teacher need to be felt very, very valuable by the institution he or she is working with. Continual improvement, continual performance enhancement programs, to which we call them as capacity building programs, need to be conducted very, very efficiently. I would like to share one very important information out here. We in DAV we have a culture of creating our own master trainers. These master trainers are trained by the Center of Academic Excellence, which is run by DAV themselves, and we are very much registered with CBSE. So we train the master trainers for 3 days. It's a rigorous program. And these master trainers then train the rest of the team of the various number of schools which become a part of a cluster. So what is happening, and we acknowledge them, these master trainers are acknowledged on a platform where all other teachers are there, students are there. They also come to know that, oh, my teacher is a master trainer too. My teacher helped other schools' teacher to grow as well. So the smaller things, recognition of their work, appreciation, and another important thing which I feel, as a head of the institution, I need to take all the teachers at par. I cannot speak ill about one teacher in front of another one. I need to value all of them. I need to highlight the uniqueness in every teacher, that, oh yes, if you're having a problem, my dear, you can learn from your colleague. She's really good at that. So try to build up a bond amongst the teachers that they start acting as one. Any institution where teachers are acting as one single team along with the principal, I don't see any reason that why that school will not shine. The teachers themselves become the magnetic force. Anybody who's entering, your peon, if a peon is there with a smiling face, any student who's not feeling well, okay, and the peon sees that, he say, okay, koi baat nahi, मैं आपको medical room लेके चलता हूँ या चलती हूँ, whatever. So that positivity is softness. That's very, very important. Softness is very important. And we need to have that kind of patience so that everybody, even if a teacher is wanting to vent out something, see, after all, we are human beings. We should not be expecting ideal situations all the time. But in case somebody is wanting to vent out, anything about their fellow colleagues or parent or student, let we as principal be the best punch bags. Let us take it and help them to let go of things. So I feel that teachers are the most precious members to make a school run and develop the globally responsible citizens and wonderful human beings. Thank you.
Great, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Bevit sir, a lot of things have been told by Jyoti ma'am about this, but still we'll like to add in short about this concept.
So not a lot of things. I think everything has been covered by Jyoti.
Everything. Yeah.
No. The list is long.
I'll still add a couple of things from my side. So, as ma'am has also mentioned, and Mayank has also happened to mention it, the teachers are the most valuable, treasure for an institution, especially the schools when we talk about that. And it's very, very important, we say that, there is a breaking news and the TRP of the news channels increases. Yeah. Suddenly there is a surge in that. The teachers work in that direction. So if you are keeping your teachers happy, they are the inside storytellers and they will let everybody know what you are doing in the school. So it is very, very important and crucial for us to ensure, like, ma'am mentioned, that it is very, very important to make them feel at home. Very important. So, there would be times, they would, in my school, usually this happens. So if there's any teacher who has applied for a leave and I happen to meet her the next day or a day after that, I will definitely ask that teacher, how are you feeling now? What was it that was that happened because of which that you had to take a leave? Or if she's mentioning that somebody was ill at their family, or that hospitality, that kind of bonding, that family environment is something which is very, very important. And as school leaders, we do understand Even if I cannot do anything out of my way, but just asking that one question, just showing your concern towards what she's feeling and going through at that particular moment, I personally feel that that gives a lot of motivation to the teacher. They become your confidant. And when they show their confidence in you, then automatically they will work and align themselves to the vision of the school, which is very, very important. So it's every school is having their own vision statement, but it becomes very difficult to ensure that teachers understand that vision. And when teachers understand that vision, that only happens because of a good leader. And if they are able to align themselves to what the school wants to achieve in the near future, it's definitely because of the school leader. So I will just add one quote and close down. Every teacher was once a student. Every winner was a loser. And every expert was once a beginner. So it is very, very important that we start believing in our teachers. Until and unless we believe in them and we tell them that it's okay. When I started, I was a beginner like you. And I also did mistakes, and there is no problem with it. We can go ahead. Let's learn together and grow together. And you will probably, with experience, cross all the hurdles that are lying in front of you, which is very, very important. And often, as school leaders, we are unable to provide that support because we are so much engrossed in the administrative work. But still, as true leaders, as true principals, it is very, very important that we spare out that time, speak to the teachers individually, address their queries individually. And as ma'am also mentioned, that that there are times when they want to vent out, and you have to provide that environment. You have to give them that time where they can come and sit with you, have a sip of coffee or tea, and then just vent out whatever they are having in their mind, and they absolutely feel relaxed. So
that's good. That's great, sir. That's great, sir. That's great, sir. So the topic
I just would like to add one more thing, Vivek sir. As Jyoti ma'am told and Vivek sir has told, it happened with me, and after that I made it sure that it should not be repeated again, because generally before me the teachers were used to take leave not well, and I never understood that they get in the morning fever and by the evening it is okay, and next day they are getting fresh. So your principal is not fool, because if there is a fever, then definitely the person will having a little bit tiredness on the face. So once I asked them that if you will tell me the honestly that you need a leave, then I'll definitely give. And when I gave them an example, when I was a teacher, I have gone to my principal and I said, ma'am, आज मुझे 7:30 अपने बच्चे को घर से भेजना है, 10 o'clock मुझे घर से अपने husband को भेजना है, मुझे शांति से आधा दिन घर में रहना है. That's why I want a leave. Then she said, then after sending both of them, what are you going to do? I told ma'am, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगी. I'll sit in front of the TV, whatever channel will be on, I will see that. I will stretch my leg. I will even not take the bath, nothing. And I'll order the food. By the time 3:30, my son will be back. Then I'll lay it on the dining table and I'll eat. And again, I'll go for a sleep. One day I want to live for myself. So please give me leave.
Beautiful.
And my principal immediately gave. And I
nice.
told when I became a teacher, I told that I'll give even in a 6 month, a 1 day leave for the teachers to just do
Relax.
for yourself.
Yes.
Pamper yourself. Pamper yourself.
Pamper yourself. As in,
So
when
I
she
think
asked
the
me, will
reasons
you
are
go for?
absolutely apparent.
Yes, she asked me, will you go for the parlor? I said, no, ma'am, I don't want to go. I want to stretch and to see the stupid serial or movie, whatever is coming. I just want to sit,
Correct.
relax.
Correct.
And then believe me, in 6 months, once the teachers can come and they can ask for that leave myself. That name is the leave myself. Fill the leave format. I will not ask question. But this leave should be absolutely for yourself.
That's
I'll
great,
add
ma'am.
one more point. Sir, over here, what ma'am is pointing out is something which is very critical. We are today talking about the mental well-being of our children, but the mental well-being of the children is completely reciprocal to the well-being of the teacher. If the teacher is not feeling good at school and is not relaxed, how can you expect a teacher to deliver in the classroom? It's not possible. So, that
Absolutely.
1 day of relief is something which is very, very crucial and important. And we
Ma'am,
must
this-
allow the teachers to do
That's
that.
what they were used to tell like if fever hai. So why bache telling like take
Correct,
leave?
correct.
I understand
Yes.
you need 1 day. Aram se. So that's the thing. So that
Yeah.
honesty is also same way the children are also doing. So that honesty need to be carried with.
Ma'am,
That's
this is what we're thinking out of the box. This is the unique thing you have told. This should be applied by everyone.
Yes.
अभी तक तो बिल्कुल ठीक थे, एकदम से बुखार हो गया और एकदम से now you're right, you're okay.
Next
This
day you
happens
wake
with
again.
everyone.
Yes.
I
This
think
happens to these people.
the teachers should have that kind of confidence in their
Yes.
head, their
Yes.
principle.
That's very important.
So,
Ma'am.
because females, I don't know, I don't want to sound gender biased, but it does happen that the females do have their lunch kitties at times, and on that day, some or the other team member of yours would not be feeling well. And suddenly, next day, some other person will come, popped up on a Facebook, ma'am, see,
Yes.
it does happen. So to avoid that kind, it's very important that teachers should have that kind of confidence in their principal that, okay, ma'am, I'm going for kitty, but I don't want, ma'am, please. So what will happen? The principal will give a big smile and say, enjoy, go. But next day when the teacher is going to come back, would be recharged that I enjoyed my kitty tension free. And today I'm ready for my school.
That's great.
I think we should
it.
give a platform for them to be honest, So
Yes.
I think
Honesty. Yes.
so. I hope this is not going to be aired on YouTube, Mr. Chandhok. So I once went and I told my principal that I have to take leave because I have to go to the bank to take out my jewelry as I have a family wedding. And she allowed me, many years back. I think that day I realized that, how important it is to be honestly telling rather than, telling that I am sick and the next day again I have to pretend that I was sick.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely right. This culture should also be inculcated amongst the children. Veena ma'am has given such a good idea and a very different, unique thing. And it is very common. It is very common. I was not well yesterday. Don't know how this, viral fever gets over in 24 hours only.
Yes.
Don't know. And you are so fresh, better than the day before when you came. Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. You are the right master to correct with the teachers. And we are learning here from you. This point we have learned from you, for sure. But this is also the theme of the show, that we talk about only journal things. You don't have to write anything and you talk about that. These are journal things we are facing from so many years. And this is the, we have to touch that particular wound. वो जख्म कहते हैं, छेड़ दिया आपने कि हाँ टीचर्स आते कहते आई एम नॉट वेल, बस मैसेज आ गया, आपको व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज आ गया, आई एम नॉट वेल, आई वोंट बी एबल टू कम टुडे मैम सर, तो अगले दिन बिल्कुल ठीक ठाक. That's great, ma'am.
Hey, Chandhok sir, I just, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Day before yesterday, I got a mail that I had a severe stomach ache yesterday night, and I'm not able to come. Then I opened my mailbox and I said, I think so. I'm giving you a leave of a week, and you go and get properly checked or visit to a good doctor, because in a month of April, you had a stomach ache on so-and-so date, in month of May, so-and-so date, in the month of June, so-and-so date, and then you have gone for surgery and again, you got a stomach upset. So better, bache, you take 1 week leave, get properly, thoroughly checked, and then come back with your wellness.
She forgot to change that, excuse. आज को छोड़ दर्द होना चाहिए था, गलती से हर बारी पेट दर्द करवा लिया.
पेट ही दर्द हो गया. So that's the thing. But the thing is this, what very rightly ma'am has said, one more teacher had come and she was telling honesty. I'm telling you the honesty, because that she said, ma'am, मेरा कुछ important property paper था, and which I'm not able to find at home. And last thing is that I'm having hope I might have kept in the locker, and locker is getting operated. And those days it was till 3 o'clock. So ma'am, let me go and check. I thought, Bichari, she's totally disturbed. And if I make her forcefully to stay in the class, she will not be able to do this. She cannot do justice with the bacha. So better let her go, get peace of mind, and then let her come back. At least she will be able to give to my bacha properly. So that's what, if they tell us honestly, then we are also human beings. We understand that. The thing is this. But
ma'am, this topic needs to have a full session.
Yes.
This is
a topic for next session.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us an idea for topic for the next session. That how do I take leave? Teachers also get idea. Okay, आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. Excuse change करनी पड़ेगी. वरना पकड़े जाएंगे. वीना मैम तो जरूर पकड़ लेगी. From the mail even.
Sir, that's why I'm the principal of them. we keep the record. How they keep the record of the bacha, they are doing the same. They are also our bachas.
That is why
teachers are
that is why there are a number of teachers in the school and principals only one.
Yes, enough.
जो
And that is always enough.
वो कहते हैं ना, आप शेर हो तो हम सवा शेर है, सवा शेर है तभी प्रिंसिपल है. That's great. Now we have to take it in very precise. Next question, Viva ma'am, will come to you. There's a question that parents need detailed information about the school rather than collecting information from neighbors. As we said, कि मिश्रा जी का लड़का यहाँ पे जाता है, उनका जाता है, सारे मोहल्ले के बच्चे वहाँ जाते हैं. So now what we feel is, or I feel is, that parents need information rather than getting into the information from the neighbors. Do you agree with this?
Yes, I totally agree with this, because, just believing on somebody else's words, I'm not saying that that's wrong, but then it's always better to see and feel it yourself before you take a decision for your child. It's not a small decision. It's a decision for your child's future. It's a decision which should match with your value system and what the school is going ahead and giving. Because, as we said, that all schools are doing good. All the schools are giving the best. Everything is happening. But is that matching with the value system that I carry? So that's extremely, extremely important. So what I feel that in today's time, the social media and the social handles are so strong. Why can't we, the website can speak so much about the school. The Facebook page can speak so much. So instead of just writing that these are the activities that we have at school, why can't we have all the activities conducted, all of them on one page, where each and every parent can go and see? And that's what we've done at our school. So I tell the parent that kindly just please go and visit our website and our Facebook page, see the kind of activities that we're doing. Try to feel it, that is that what you're looking forward for your child, and then go ahead and enroll your child. So it's very important to be transparent. That's something vital. So, I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Yes,
100%.
ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Sangeeta, ma'am, we'll also know your thoughts about this.
Yes, I completely agree that parents need a detailed information of the school before even they ask a neighbor. But somehow I have a point of difference with Mrs. Vibha Khosla, because if we put it on the website or on the Facebook or on any social media handles, I have seen schools where the building is not there, but it is all digitally presented, right? So suppose if a school is coming up in the next session and there is a digital model or a 3D, visual of the school, you really don't know what you're getting into till everything is right in front of you. So I think there are a lot of things which the parents need to look into. If my neighbor's child is, targeting an IIT or an MBBS, and my child wants to become somebody like Virat Kohli, then that is not the school for me. So parents need to look at probably the size of the school, the strength of the school, the strength of the class, the curriculum, the pedagogy, the fee structure, the, probably the kind of teachers they appoint, or the education level of the teachers, or what is the processes that are being followed in the school, what is the safety and security measures that are being taken into the school. So all these things, or how much is the distance, from the school to the, the child's residence, because all these things matter. It's a decision to be taken for 14 years of your child's life. It's not a small decision unless and until somebody, even if somebody feels that we have a transferable job and after 3 years we'll be transferring. But I think still these decisions are very, very important, which should be taken into account whenever we look for a good school or the school of our choice as parents. So I think neighbors' views do not matter.
I agree with you, ma'am. I agree with you. And we'll ask this question afterwards to.
I'd just like to add on here that, Sangeeta ji, I want live pictures of the activities, and that's what we put. Nothing digital. And the website would be a medium which supports all these. So the area and the facilities, everything is mentioned. but what are the children doing? What is the strategy that the school is going ahead and following? You know, so is it if they're going ahead and doing all kind of debates and declarations, do I look forward to that for my child? So those are the things that need to be showcased. That's what, and nothing in respect of digital. It has to be the live pictures. It has to be documented. So that is what we do.
Vibha ma'am, actually, I will just intervene. Sangeeta ma'am actually wants to say it's not about our schools. We were talking with 5-6 people over there. Any particular school. Suppose
so I'm speaking with that reference only, sir.
Ma'am, suppose a few schools are listed in easy schooling in particular areas, say Faridabad, say. So there may be some schools, 1 or 2 schools who are not having so much of facilities, and they have added themselves. So there, I will have to cut cross and come to Mr. Mayank, that do you cross check the schools? Because the question comes from this, that when you're listing these schools in your particular website or easy schooling, so do you cross check these schools? Because if Vibha ma'am schools or Sangeeta ma'am schools or Veena ma'am schools or Jyoti ma'am or Vivek sir schools get affiliated with you, and otherwise if some bad schools, I mean not bad schools, in fact they're not giving the services, but they're showcasing through media and all that we have this and that also, they mix up, they will bring down the reputation of these schools also. So are you checking into the schools with whom you are collaborating?
Absolutely. So there's a whole verification team. So there's a team that goes to the school, they visit the school, there's a tour that happens. So at our website, there are proper facility to put your virtual tour, proper gallery, and those images are clicked by easy schooling team, as well as we verify those images if those are right images or not. So that is because information is misleading. So we don't want to mislead parents towards wrong information. So that is very absolutely checked, and then only it is published at easy schooling website. We don't want to publish anything for the sake of attracting admissions to that school. So that is very particularly checked. And as ma'am rightly mentioned कि सब पेरेंट्स की एस्पिरेशंस अलग होती हैं, किसी को विराट कोहली बनाना है, किसी को IIT IIM एडमिशंस लेना है, तो हर बच्चे का हर पेरेंट यूनिक है, हर पेरेंट यूनिक होने के साथ हर स्कूल उसको यूनिक में एडमिशन लेना पड़ेगा. दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द एस्पिरेशंस, एक्सपेक्टेशन, एंड देन वी शुड चूज द राइट स्कूल फॉर our child. So aspirations has to be set, and then only we should apply to schools, and we should experience the school first instead of just looking at कि ये DPS है, ये स्कूल है, हम ले लेते हैं. We should experience the school by visiting the school, meeting the leaders, understanding their how they are growing their school and how they are taking care of their children. So I think वो एक बहुत important parameter रहता है.
Great.
I'll give you an example here, Mr. Chandhok. What happens is, I'll take example of my school. So we have 40 plus branches pan India. So all those schools which are in northern India, mainly in Punjab and Haryana, they have very big campuses, right? So if any parent who has come from a Punjab school, they have big land with horse riding and shooting range and whatnot, But schools in Delhi NCR do not provide all those facilities. So if any parent is coming from Punjab Millennium, any place in Punjab, and they come to Faridabad, we have a small campus. We cannot offer. So they should not come with a mindset. That is what my point is. So they should actually physically visit the school, meet the teachers, see the processes. As I said, safety, security, health of the school, all that matters a lot.
That is there, ma'am. Absolutely, I'm right. Right, because Millennium or DV, all this, DV is also too much there in Punjab, so they have so big, because they have so much land. Campus are so big that you cannot afford over here in Faridabad or Delhi NCR. That is for sure. But the facilities are more advanced over here. That is for sure. That's great, ma'am. Then I'll come to Veena Mishra, ma'am. Do you believe that online mode of showcasing your school is better than other ways like hoarding or going for the newspaper ads or anything else?
Definitely, because what I feel is the new generation parent, they are very techno savvy. So rather than in a night surfing the Facebook, if any school flashes there, so they might stop there and then they would like to see, rather than rushing to the office in a car speed, driving the speed of 100 120 and looking at the hoarding is nowadays, if you look in today's the busy life of their young parents, they are feeling more comfortable in digital mode or through that digital media and all those, rather than old methodology of banners and all those things. So I feel that yes, online is nowadays it's a demanding as per the
Yes, ma'am.
situation. So it is a better option than the holding one. And I should say that I am a blessed one that I don't require any holding at all. As Mayank has told that we have
It is, ma'am, actually, it is not like that, that schools, they put up their hoardings or put up their ad in the newspaper just to get admissions. They don't want admissions, so many admissions they get. But
Nee.
because,
It is not that they want admission. This is the way of pass on the informations that the admissions are open, because in the if you see Delhi, it is fixed by the Department of Education that they will get open and so date, and the Education Department promotes that. But whereas you come into the Faridabad region and the Noida and all those regions, there the system is not like that. So one has to inform the parents that yes, we are ready to welcome your children. So that
yes,
is
ma'am.
not that to get that. So that's what if you see in a Delhi, hardly you will find any hoarding of for the admissions and all those things. So because
Yes,
there
ma'am.
this work is done by the government. So
Ma'am,
there,
Delhi has a better system. Delhi has a better system.
yes,
We people in Faridabad suffer a lot because, every school has a different budget of advertisement.
yes,
So see, I'll share one thing. Sorry, I'm like coming in between.
No, no, it's okay, ma'am.
But sometime back, I will say 15, 20 years back, admissions used to start in February
yes,
when the academic session was due to start in April. But now what is happening? August, 15th August, people are launching their admissions. What are we doing? It gives an impression of being just like a business, whereas education is not business. We people are, I think, the most crucial contributors in the society. So because of this reason also, what has happened, that there is a rat race. Let me show my presence, let me show my presence. Somebody's presence is coming in quarter page, somebody's half page, somebody full, and somebody is releasing their own paper.
yes.
So Delhi is anytime better. We really appreciate that.
I
And
agree
wish
with
wish
Mrs.
to
Jyoti
follow
Zaya.
that.
In Faridabad, lot of schools have closed the admissions.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. And ma'am, what I feel is that scenario is changing now. The things are becoming electronic. They are coming online. Everything now, even due to pandemic, also otherwise also, our kids also, our children also, and we are getting the things from online. We are able to compare it very properly, sitting at your home through your mobile or laptop. You're able to compare. If you want to buy a AC, if you want to buy a refrigerator or a LED, anything, so you are able to compare. When going to a shop, within half an hour, 1 hour, how can you judge what should be bought? So here you are comparing, and online you are getting a reasonable rate. As well as the most important thing is the after sale service. That means if you're getting through any of these apps, you're getting anything, you can return them. They won't say that we won't return that. Within few hours, 2 3 hours, they'll come back and they will get back whatever you're not needing. You just have to tell a small reason, and you will click, I'm not needing this, take this back, Amazon or whatever company it is. So people are getting, they were not having much faith earlier, even person like me, because we have become oldies now. Somewhere I'm 50. So I also started getting that. My daughter, she bought a dress from about 4,000 rupees. She didn't like it, or size was not good. She returned it. Again, it came back with the different size. Again, she didn't like it, or said, I want to return. The company returned and refunded the money. So this thing of practices we are not getting at the shops, at the outlets when we are going, probably. बार बार आ जाए तो आपको तो कोई समझ में नहीं आता कुछ. They get irritated. So scenario is changing with everything. The banks were having big ledgers. There were no ATMs. There were nothing. But now things have become so comfortable. If you are late from your school at 2 o'clock or 2 o'clock, 1 minute, they won't give you your money if you present a check to them. But now within 24 hours, then came the culture of ATM. ATM, now you can do it from your mobile only. You need not have your laptop even. You need not carry your cards also. So how, it was not thought. I am talking about 25, 30 years back when 500 rupees mobile came over from Ambani's. So we used to have big mobiles. I remember 1999, I got married. I was having a mobile of Sony that was somewhere around 1,50,000, something like that. And it was big like a cordless phone. It was so big कि वो कहते हैं ना किसी के सर पे मार दो सर बढ़ जाएगा उसका. It was so big, and small mobile came. So I said at that time, I said a time will come when a ring will be there and the मूंगफली that peanut person मूंगफली वाला हटाएगा और उसको निकाल के बात करेगा. अब अभी बात करेंगे तो पागल है कि कैसी बातें कर रहे हो आप, ये तो है ही है. So at that time it was somewhere next to impossible. But now how the technology is improving or things are changing fastly, so you can imagine everything can happen. That day we had a session for artificial intelligence here in a big hotel over here in Kanpur. They said I got stuck because metro construction is going on in Kanpur. So he said got stuck over there. The person who had to come as a resource person, he got stuck over there. So he said that after 10 years it will happen like this. There will be a drone. Will sit on that. Not 10 years, even 5 years. Will sit on that drone and will come over here. There will be no traffic problem. Why? Because right now also in foreign countries these drones are delivering goods that is almost 100 kg. So why can't they carry a person of 100 kg or 90 kg? Will coming from that. So that is not impossible now. He told us, you saw that movie Chitti, Rajnikant movie. So that artificial intelligence, that you are so smart and you're going to create a machine which will be 100 times smarter than you. And if that machine creates more machines, that can be a distraction also. But technology wise, we feel that nothing is impossible. What I felt when I met with Mr. Mayank, that these things what has come over here, this is here in Delhi NCR, whatever they have provided. I think this will be in the whole India. No, after a few years, no parent will be coming to the school, or minimum parents will be coming to the schools for admission. They will straight away go into these apps, renounced apps. Up there were, so for example, I was telling about Amazon or there were many apps which came into. Only 1 or 2 apps have survived now because they were the best one and they were the genuine one who were giving genuine services. So they keep up tight with the other companies also who are providing goods to them. So where these type of companies like Easy Schooling and company will be there, I am very sure within 5 years, not more than that, the whole of the India will be like this, that the parents will not go anywhere. They will not go into each and every school, especially in the big cities. They cannot roam over, like Mr. Mann said, that it takes 15 to 20 days to visit the schools. And how can they leave their job, their work, and go for 15 days for admission? It is impossible for every parent, in a small city also, in a big city also. Straight away they'll do this, that they will sit on the internet, they will find out through Easy Schooling that these are the schools in locality, these are the features, and these are the features and budget which meets our child. Let's go for these 2 schools and we should take admission over there. So this is what I feel when I met him, because this is the advancement. It is a new thing right now, but I think that it will become older. Mr. Mayank, will you like to add something into this?
So I will just close in. बहुत time ले लिया हमने आप सबका, and so sorry for taking a lot of time of all of yours. So we'll close in that Easy Schooling किसी और company की तरह नहीं है जो online admissions बस facilitate कर रही है. So जब मैंने start करा था, ये मेरा baby है Easy Schooling, तो जो भी school हमारे साथ add हो रहा है अभी तक, वो अभी तक हमें छोड़ के नहीं गया. So there is a school in East Delhi, Mayur Public School. 2017 में वो हमारे साथ आया था, and अभी तक उनका सारे admissions मैं देख रहा हूँ. So whenever I collaborate with any schools, I consider them as our baby, our school. I am the equal stakeholder of them, and I take care of their admission process कि उनको manually कुछ ना करना पड़े, सब कुछ digitalize हो जाए, plus उनके जितने भी parents apply करेंगे वो easily apply कर पाएं, and they reach out to maximum parents, so there is an 100% increase in application.
You are having very good brands also. You are having very good brands also. Last session you had Gems also. You are having ma'am and Amrita Vora was there. They are collaborated from you from last 2-3 years, I suppose.
Absolutely. So Gems is there. So many, like 200 schools are there, but still I am very grateful for you for inviting me and presenting my.
We as an elder also, because you are too young to all of us. I think all of us will just give you blessings that you should reach all over India, because it's not. I just was thinking over that it's not that you are collaborating with the schools. The main headache on your part is that you have to deal with the parents. How you are arranging the sessions. Frankly speaking, how you are arranging the sessions with the parents. How you're dealing with the parents. How you are changing their mental status. Last year what we saw, I remember, all of you remember, Delhi वगैरह में तो ज़्यादा हुआ था वो जो they have their parents association. Many of the schools they stood in front of that and did all that drama that you are asking fees and we won't pay the fees. The fees of this year should be waived off. So parents, so they think कि school वाले सब लूटने के लिए है. So that mental level, yes. And they don't believe that everything stopped, but we as an educator didn't stop. We are an recognized warriors, Corona warriors. We are frontline warriors. See, last week also, this week also, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan with this Confident Crorepati, I stood there for 5 minutes only. He said that teachers are doing so wonderful job. Everything has stopped, but they have not stopped the education of the child. If they are not able to come to the school, they have taught all their teachers this way or that way in each and every area that the education in one or the other way should reach the children. And that is the best thing we are doing that. Thank you so much, Mr. Mank, and it was wonderful talking to all of you and taking so much time. Sangeeta ma'am, thank you so much. Mank ji, thank you so much.
Thank
Deva ma'am,
you.
thank you. Vivek sir, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
Veena
so
ma'am
much.
and Jyoti Diya ma'am, thank you so much for sparing time. And